listening to the More Empire Building Show with your host, Akeem F. on Hindsight Radio.
All right, peace, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the More Empire Building Show here on Hindsight Radio, the information station changing the nation. Let me check some stuff out here. Thanks for tuning in. This is the official first show of the year. We had a great turnout for New Year's Eve. We had about 33 people on from 11:30 to the new year, bringing in the fiscal new year. We know that the true new year is in March, April, when the spring is here, when life is coming back to the planet, or to this area of the planet, because the seasons are different in other places. But that's why I get confused sometimes when people say, "Oh, this is not the official New Year," and it's the when spring is coming in, and that's true. But you do realize that New Year is different around the planet. So we get caught up in our little box that we in it's another word I want to use. We get narrow-minded in looking at just the situation that we're in. But around the world, there's a new year going on for other people. So what really is the new year? It's the same planet all around the world, but in some parts of the world, it's the daytime, it's morning time, or early morning. So when you look at it from a higher perspective, what really is? What is the universal New Year? Since we have all of these different New Years. And is it that big of a deal? But I know it's a big deal when it comes to corporations, because they do their little parties, their Christmas rituals to bring in more prosperity for their business, and that's what we did, Tuesday evening. There was a lot of people with their children up that late, bringing it in, and me and my daughter, we did it. She wrote her stuff down that she wanted to have happen for the coming year, and she was excited. She usually don't stay up that late, but she was excited to do it. We talked about it earlier. I had cut out the bags for us to write our stuff down, and then and she didn't know exactly what we was gonna do. She said, "Well, are you gonna burn this?" I was like, "Well, how did you know?" And she said, "Well, I just had an idea. I just thought you would do that." But she was excited. She wrote her stuff down, no problem. And so when it came time to do it, she was like, she wanted to burn her own stuff. But, I helped her do it, So we both did it together, and along with several other families and friends out there. Had a good turnout, and that was good. And what was good about it, doing it in the comfort of your own home. It wasn't out in the street dealing with the public and all of the hustle and bustle of getting, to a location to do it. I enjoyed the years that I did do it outside, but, it just felt better. I felt more in tune with what I was doing, because I spent the whole day just meditating and listening to Reverend Knight, trying to keep my frame of mind on positive things. And, of course, people called and with their issues that they were dealing with, all frantic, texting and emailing and, trying to sidetrack me from the plan that I had that day. All the other days I wasn't getting any calls like that. But that one day where I said I was going to dedicate, I was going to fast, I wasn't going to talk about anything with problems, people calling out of the woodwork with their problems. That was a test to see if I was going to stay, keep my word to myself about what I was going to do. And I pretty much did, But what I want to talk about today, I was reading and I came across accord and satisfaction, something that was taught a couple of years back. And after digging back into it and reading it, and I actually was on the Pennsylvania's site, and they had something for legal definitions there, and that word came up. The word was accord. Where is it? I just had it looking at it. Accord and satisfaction, the legal definition of it according to Pennsylvania. And that's what I'm finding out. We need to start looking at the local definition, local rules for things. But before I get into that, something I want to talk about real quick. I was listening to a recording of Reverend Ike today, and it's called. The title of it is called. Let me see what that is. I Need No One But Me. And at the end of the show, I'm going to play the full recording. But I wanted to touch on some things he was talking about. In the recording, he states that everything you're experiencing, everything you're dealing with, is emanating from inside of you. Even the people you're dealing with is a form of attraction to something that is inside of you. He went really deep on there. He even, said to the fact that the parents that you have, you chose them before you got here. He went that deep. I know some people were like, what? How did I choose my parents? From, on just a basic level of consciousness, you will never get that concept. But as you evolve in your consciousness, you can understand how that relates, how true that is. And I had a thought, if you are a person who deals with a lot of hurt and pain and issues, things like that, if that's something you feel that you're getting from other people, I'm talking to a person over the last few weeks, and all they complain about is how everybody is against them. They're bullying me. They want to do this to me. They want to do that to me. But as I observed the words they were using, as I observed their mannerisms, I noticed that they were a bully. So that's true when it says that if you're experiencing something from other people, at some point you have put that out there, and you're only getting back what you put out. I always say that, right? You will receive what you put out there. What you put out there is coming back to you. That's why you have to be conscious of what you're doing, what you're saying, how you're acting towards people, because you're going to get it back. It's coming. There's no avoiding that. And the only way to minimize the blowback from your actions is to what? Repent. And I would say recognize that you are doing that and change your mindset so that you can, once you change your mindset, you're putting out a different energy, and that's going to start coming back to you. You're positive. Being real conscious of how you treat people in public. Be real conscious of how you treat people who you don't think much of. Because if you don't think much of someone else, guess what? That's coming back. People are not going to think much of you. Even that bum that comes up to your car window or come up to you and start begging you for money, and you start passing judgment. Oh, he's just going to get something to drink. Or he's going to go get drugs. Or he's just being lazy. Those small judgments is going to come back on you. That's why it says be careful that you do not judge, or you yourself will be judged. And I know that's hard to do, hard not to judge and see something and make an assessment of the situation and say, well, that person this and that person that. But I'm learning more and more not to even speak evil of situations that seem obvious. Just let the person be the way they are. Because the moment I speak a word, a negative word towards that situation, guess what? I'm going to experience that somewhere later on. I'm going to experience the conviction of doing that. Man, I shouldn't have said that. I probably shouldn't have, I should have, just let it be. So we have to learn how to let people be who they're going to be. Now, we could choose to be in a company or not be in a company. We also got to let people go. They want to leave, let them leave. Some of our turmoil, our problems come from trying to hold on to someone or something that doesn't want to be held on to. So what are you doing when you do that? Or holding on to even the idea of, I got to let them know about this consciousness. I got to let them know about this Reverend Ike. I got to let them know what Akeem is saying. Oh, you need to listen to that. See, so many of us are passing judgment and don't even realize we're passing judgment. I remember there was a time I used to be in church, and I'd be reading the Bible, and I'd say, man, this would be good scripture I could take home to my wife and let her read that. She need this. Or this is a good scripture for somebody else. They need this. And most people come from that position in church. If they get a scripture and they want to share it with someone else to fix them. But let me be clear. The Bible is not for you to correct someone else. The Bible is for you to correct yourself. Any of the ancient scriptures, you want to talk about the Bible, Quran, the Torah, whatever you want to talk about, the Egyptian Book of the Dead, whatever it is, those books are for you and for you to take it in and see where you can make changes for yourself. We're not here to fix people. Now, we're here to share information and build upon each other in a positive way, but we're not here to give information to fix somebody. Oh, they need that. Remember, you're passing judgment, and that same judgment will be passed on you. This is why so many people miss the mark, because they're so busy looking at information to try to fix somebody. One of the biggest questions I get is, man, I wish my husband, my wife would get it. Now, I've heard people say, well, my husband, he just don't get it. He'd rather work this and work this job and do this and do that. When you say that about your spouse, your mate, that says you're really saying you think you're better than them. You know better than them. You're really putting them down, showing a lack of respect for them when you say stuff like that. But yet, that speaks more about you than it speaks about them. Because whenever you come from a position that you think you're some type of consciously superior to your mate, the truth of the matter, you are consciously inferior to them when you're thinking like that. You are of a lower consciousness in that thinking. Because every man has his own walk to make. Every woman has their own walk to make. And they get to certain destinations at certain times. There's certain things they must go through before they can even appreciate what higher consciousness is all about. Just like you. Just like me. It took me a long time to get where I am. And I'm learning through solitude and meditation and not really, keeping a lot of people around me. Makes me spend more time with myself, with my own thoughts and thinking. And I see, now when I see things that I see playing out in people, instead of judging them, I just say, one day they'll figure it out. That this is what they got to go through. They got to bust through some barriers in their mind in order to get to the higher consciousness or to a consciousness level where they can look at things and not cause themselves so much grief and turmoil. Most of the problems people have come from one thing only: their inability to self-assess themselves. Their inability to accept that what they're dealing with is basically their own doing. Have a hard time. No, it's him. He my baby daddy. This my husband, my wife. It's them. It's them. They don't get it. See, there's a saying that I like. Reverend Ike says that he that knows it tells it not, and he that tells it knows it not. How does this apply? He that says that they don't get it, they themselves don't get it. No, that person is getting all they can get at that point in time. That's all they're ready for. And there's nothing you can or do is going to push them past that. No type of pushing them, probably pretty much you'll be pushing them away. And they're going to resent you or hate you for it. See, a man that is not ready for wisdom will hate you for wisdom that you impart upon him. So that's why it says, do not cast your pearls among swine. What does that mean? That means do not cast wisdom amongst people who are not ready to accept that wisdom. They're in a different mode of consciousness at that time. They are exactly where they need to be. And it's not our job to judge them because they're not where you are. Because the moment you think you're in a better place than another person is the moment that you are not in a better place than them. True peace and harmony is to let things be as they are without trying to change or manipulate it. The only thing you can change or manipulate is yourself. And the only thing you will ever have success with changing is yourself, if you really want to change. So that's why you must concentrate on yourself. You must know yourself. Know thyself. That's your only job. The only person you are technically trying to save is yourself. And I say technically because you're already chosen. You're already saved. There's nothing to be saved about you. You just got to recognize your position. You got to recognize your divinity, your power. It's just that simple. It's nothing to say because you're already saved. You're already chosen because you're here. You just got to recognize and say, okay, this matter is already resolved. It's taken care of. Let's hit, just to put it on in some of these processes, people are fighting for their houses, they're fighting for this and that, they want to do this paperwork, they want to do these fancy little processes that a lot of people are trying to, offering them to pay a lot of money for. And I tell people, they don't like this one when I tell them. I said, why don't you just sit back, go home, get into quietness, shut off all of the voice and all of the information coming from everywhere else and just ask for the truth within yourself. And your answer will come. Your answer. Finally, after months of saying these same things, someone took my advice. And guess what? And what's funny about it, the person don't even realize that it happened. I talked to them about it. They still think the paperwork did it. Let me tell you. I talked to you guys about the unsworn statements. Attorneys they're testifying. They're not allowed. The courts let them get away with it. So I've been pushing that for the last couple of months. This person finally did the process and went in, did it, exactly how I told them. Just countless of me frustrated, allowing myself to be frustrated. I have to realize some people just don't. These things don't connect, and they take time. And a lot of times things won't connect until you actually put it into action and see it work. So they just did it blindly. They did it, went for it, and their house was up for sale next week. Next week. So they put it in motion, and the motion was technically wrong. It's like, wow, I think that was one of the things I talked about on New Year's Eve. That, why is this, I really hate when people don't know that my show. Well, anyway, the motion they put in was technically wrong. The attorney came back and answered, and they just like, how do I answer this attorney? I read everything. I said, well, the attorney answered you in his motion. The answer is right there. See, I always got to remind myself I see things a little more clearly because I look at these things every day, and and some people just can't see it. And I said, why don't you do this? Before you respond to that, why don't you wait a day? Just wait one day. Don't do anything. So they did. They took my advice. Don't rush into an answer. So the attorney sends a response back, sends out, after he did his response and rebuttal to try to vacate the order, the judgment, because they had already lost it and the house was up for sale. He comes back and puts in a motion to cancel the sale. He canceled the sale date. He moved it. He changed it on his own. Now, that motion that was put in wasn't even determined by the court yet. The court hadn't even made a decision on it. But the attorney voluntarily withdrew the sale date. And even when I was talking to this person, they didn't see what really happened here. See, I know from my own experience that it wasn't the paperwork was part of it, but it was the being patient and waiting and seeking the spiritual guidance, this truth, and that's when it activated and caused that attorney to shut it down. The energy of that person's desire to stop this sale date, I'm not going to let this lose my house, that's what stopped it. That right there. That is the power of positive thinking. That is the power of putting forth your intentions. Because, see, I wouldn't allow them to talk to me New Year's Eve about listen, I'm talking about this and this, and we're going to talk about this after the New Year's. You see? See, the reason why I know they didn't see it that way because they didn't say it. I saw it. I said, "What's that? You sitting back and getting quiet and letting it flow." See, that's why I say your spiritual work and doing any type of process is important for these successes because you are going against the negative energy of these courts. These people are they get this is the only place, the courts are the only place that you will find that their wins is in the 90th percentile, probably 99th percentile. That everybody walk in there a loser. So what do you need to beat those odds? See, the issue is you got all these people teaching you all of these do this and do that, but they're not telling you that the odds in these courts are stacked way against you. The numbers, see, if you got to look at the numbers, it's all a numbers game. Wait a minute, everybody you see is getting going and, got to pay something. Traffic court. I sat in traffic court. They made me the last person, and everybody in there paid something. Nobody's charge got dismissed. They paid, some paid a lot, some paid a little, and some went to jail. Okay? So if you think you're going to learn some fancy process from somebody and go in the courtroom and you just going to walk in and out of there just off of that, you're sadly mistaken. And this is why most people are losing in court. When I walk into a courtroom, I walk in there with my spiritual armor on. And I know they recognize that my ear about me is different. Now, I do have my paper tightened up, but I have a certain way I carry myself with the expectation that I'm going to win, with the expectation that I have the God in me and my ancestors all backing me up to make this happen. What do you see? Just no motion to withdraw. The attorney did it himself. Pulled it back. See, that's what happens when you trust in your divine nature. Anyway, keep that in mind. Real quick before I get to the phone lines, I know you already got your hands up there. Let's look at this accorded satisfaction thing I was talking about. I was looking at they had that's why you need to peruse, look through these state websites that you live in and look up. They have places where they have definitions, legal definitions, according to what they interpret them. And here's the legal definition of accord and satisfaction. Method of discharging a claim whereby parties agree to give and accept something in settlement of claim. The new agreement is called the accord. The satisfaction is actually performed to settle the claim. Now, some of you who's been around for a while already know, we told you guys to write on your instrument, tender this full satisfaction of claim. They accept it. Then you write a letter to demand them to settle the case. Well, let me give you the real numbers after so many years of teaching that, how many people actually won that. Y'all want to know? One person, and that one person, you can go back and listen to the archive, won, and he crapped out because he decided not to take the settlement. Because they settled with him, said he was going to give him so much money and he can keep the car or whatever. Or they were going to give him money because I think they had already gotten rid of the car, but they were going to give him some money. And he said, no, I want to go to trial. So he went to trial and he lost. And here's why he lost. His judge basically said there was no accord. And so many cases have come up and said there was no accord. So thinking back on that and looking at this definition, I looked up the word accord according to, just a regular definition. It says, it's two, they have a couple definitions. As a verb, this is give or grant someone power, status, and recognition, according, to the head of state. But number two, of a concept or fact, be harmonious or consistent with. So I would say in this case, we're talking about definition number two. And then as a noun, it's an official agreement or treaty. So an agreement. So there has to be an accord. So why am I saying that? But before I go to that, let's go to the use, because the accord of satisfaction is based off of UCC rule 1-207. Let's pull it up. Let's read that. Let's see, UCC 1-207. I think it's 1-207. I'm trying to pull it out so I can go straight to the UCC. That's not the actual UCC code that I want to read. That ain't making this difficult to find now. Let's just take this out. There. All right. Okay, UCC 1 dash was changed to 1-308. Okay, that was the old one. Performance and acceptance under reservation. No, that's not it. They moving stuff around. Okay. Without prejudice. I can't find the code. All of a sudden my Google doesn't want to work right. Try it one more time. Faction. UCC. There it is. It's UCC 3-311. I think it is now. Yeah, that's it. I had the wrong code. All right, here it is. 3-311 accordance actions by use of an instrument. A, if a person against whom a claim is asserted proves that, 1, that person in good faith tendered the instrument to the claimant has full satisfactory claim. 2, the amount of the claim was unliquidated or subject to a bona fide dispute. And the claimant obtained payment of the instrument, the following subsections apply. B, unless subsection C applies, the claim is discharged. The person against whom the claim is asserted proves that the instrument or the accompanying written communication contained a conspicuous statement to the effect that the instrument was tendered as full satisfaction of the claim. So, it's saying when you tender your instrument, say you tender a check, money order, it needs to have a conspicuous statement saying tendered as full satisfaction of the claim. All right? So you would have a court if they would take that check with that statement on it and cash it. But as you know, under the current way it's being taught, it's not working. It's not working. They're not letting it go through. Even when you go to court, they're shooting you down. And even in New York, if they take the payment and they write on it without prejudice or something like that, that voids the accord and satisfaction doctrine, right? So what you would have to do basically is write a communication, because it says, even though the rule says prove that the instrument or an accompanied written communication contain a conspicuous statement. So you would send a letter with it, with the conspicuous statement that you're tendering this as full satisfaction of the claim. I would be specific. Like I would take, okay, say if the balance is $5,000, right? And you sending them $1,000, right? $1,000. And I would say the current balance is such and such, because you're making it very clear, but I'm tendering this $1,000 payment as full satisfaction of the claim. And if you accept in cash this check or submit this check for processing, the claim on the account number, such and such and such, is considered paid in full, discharged. I would write that on there clearly, a complete statement. Why would I do that now? Because you know the courts don't play fair. Now, so Hakeem, why are you coming up with this accord and satisfaction now? Why am I doing it? Because it's in line with what? With what? Can you guess? Attorney's unsworn testimony. Why? Say if I have a loan with Honda Financial Services, right? See, if I knew now what I'm really on now, and I connected to that, and I did that to them, and I brought them into court and said, hey, I tendered payment. They accepted it. Full satisfaction of the claim. They send in an attorney. And what's the problem with an attorney standing over there? He doesn't have first-hand knowledge. They're going to send a corporate rep. He don't have first-hand knowledge. Why? Because he's not the one who accepted the payment. See how you can win this? How the unsworn statements, unsworn testimony connects to everything that you do. Everything. Every time you go into the courtroom, you're fighting against who? An attorney trying to testify, which he cannot. He is not allowed. Do y'all understand? Do y'all realize how much power y'all have just with that? See, all of these people are teaching all these fancy methods, and I'm giving y'all the simplest way to beat y'all cases. Simple. It was there right in front of our face. That's why they always want you to get an attorney. Because an attorney is not going to fight the case that way. He's probably not even allowed to fight it that way. Because he knows the power is in the people. You give the court power by what you say in the courtroom. Like, people are going, oh, well, that note is not real. They securitized it, this and that. Do you know that you're actually telling them when you make that statement that note is good? You're giving it credibility? Why should I even talk about that? When, wait a minute, this guy over here is testifying to stuff he can't talk about. He's trying to testify against me. He don't have any first-hand knowledge. I ain't got to talk about whether the note been off to go into the stock market or not. All you got to talk about is who's here trying to, who's here that's against me. Where is the real accuser? Will the real accuser will stand up? This is everything. With the IRS suit that I just put together, same thing. Where they send you letters that are unsigned, but yet they want to hold you against them. Hold that against you like it's law. It's not law. Because everything must be signed under penalty of perjury that it's a true fact. It's not a true fact if they sending you letters saying you owe $100,000 and no one said on the penalty of perjury this is true and correct. It's garbage. It's just a piece of paper with just making a statement. Trying to tell y'all. Know what you're really fighting. And for too long, we've been distracted by these other methods that we're not really seeing the truth. See what I'm saying? We're not seeing the truth. You can win every case because guess what? I found every state saying the same thing. The Supreme Court is frowning on the procedures that these lower courts are allowing attorneys to testify and win cases. The only reason why you guys are not getting a win because you're not speaking up and saying that's what they're doing. And say, hold up. Motion to vacate judgment simply because the trial court allowed unsworn exhibits, unsworn affidavits, unsworn statements by the attorney to be entered as evidence. That's not evidence. That's just him just making mere allegations. And mere allegations are not facts before the court. I see this so clearly now. See, we were trying to win a court of satisfaction cases based off the fact that, I said tender this full satisfaction claim. They took it and they cashed it. But we're not trying to win by, I should win by default because ain't no one here but me to say I did this and is in accord. Here it is. Here's the proof. I wrote them a letter. They cashed the check. Boom, boom, bam. They accepted it. And then when the judge looks to the other side, he starts talking, objection, Your Honor. Unless that attorney is about to swear in and give his testimony, It's nothing he say can be considered as fact. He really needs to stand over there and be quiet. Truthfully, it's nothing he can say in here that could sway the court in his favor because he doesn't have someone else standing there that has first-hand knowledge. And if the judge moves past you, I object again. Objection, Your Honor. According to this case right here, it can't be done. And, the court, the judge is going to ignore you. He's probably not going to say sustain overrule. He's probably not going to say that because he don't want that on the record. He's just going to keep trying to move past, and you got to do that 3 times. And then he keeps moving and say, I take exception, Your Honor. It seems like you're trying to help out the defense or the plaintiff, whatever side you're standing on. And that's why I'm telling y'all, bring these suits to him. Bring these debt collectors who's coming at you, bring them into court. That's why they settle. Start hitting them. Y'all got them inquiries on your report, collections on your report. Sue them. Why? You win automatically. Why? Because an attorney's going to come in there with no first-hand knowledge about any of the facts. Y'all got money laying out there for real. It's real money out there. You know. But I just put in to do a seminar in Charlotte for the first weekend of February. Because the next weekend I'll probably be in another state. Not going to mention that yet until it happens. I'm waiting for the contract to come back, and I'll give y'all a definite. And guess what that seminar is going to be about? I taught all last year on nationality and stuff like that, and I'm still going to be teaching that. But this time, I'm going to teach y'all how to go in here and make y'all some money suing these people, breaking down these procedures for y'all. And y'all going to leave there with the templates to go and start these suits. We got to start getting these. See, do you know this is the only way you're going to change this court system and make them do things right is by going in there and challenging these rules? Because everything I've done when I taught you guys CPN, they changed it. They changed it up and made it tighter, right? When they, now we start fighting them on these, allowing these attorneys coming in without the proper stuff. Either they're going to not bring that suit or they're going to come in there. They're going to try to come in there right. What I suspect is going to happen, they'll be more willing to settle with you when they see that those old ways they've been playing the game is not going to work. That's the only way you're going to change it. They got to get bold now. All right? I'm going to take a couple of minutes break real quick, and then I'm going to come back and get your calls. There's quite a few people with their hands up. And I will be right back. All right, I'm back. Let's get to these phone lines. Let's see what's up. Remember, the rules still apply from 2019. Now that we're in 2020, you must tell me what's good going on with you before we get into any questions that you might have. All right, let's go to the first caller, 215-871. Hello? You there? All right. Not quite ready yet. Let's keep it going. 516-507. 516-507. I can hear your background, but can you hear me? Is there something wrong with my mic? Can y'all hear me? Man, you got all that background. That's 2 for 2. Can y'all hear me out there? Somebody type in the chat. Can you hear me? If they texting me back, they must can't hear me. They said I'm good, so there must be something wrong with them. All right, 803-410.
Hey, what's up, brother Akeem? How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful,
great,
man. Look, man, I want to let you know, bro, you know, it's something good. Since I ran into you, you know, I used to think externally a lot. You know, I got a couple of businesses, and I used to get up trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. I got so many hours in a day, and I used to be stressed. And then, you know, you started teaching that Neville Goddard, power of awareness. And when you started teaching that, man, it brought me to the inner man. I started going inside my own head, and you know, things started slowing down. It's funny how it worked, because I still got the same things that I had before and even got more, but it seemed like when I turned my attention to the inside, things started slowing down. So that's a definite positive for me, because I was an ADD boy and I'm an ADD man, but that introspection, man, it slows you down, you know.
Oh, yeah. It makes you see. What it does is it clears out a lot of unnecessary chatter that you got going on.
Yeah.
So now you just totally focused on what you're trying to do, and what you focused on is you. You know, you focusing on you. That's why everything else is just seem like it's just happening. I know for me, it's like I see things going on. You know, I don't really get emotional a lot of times.
Right.
Not because I don't care about the situation. I just know what the source of it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know what's going on. When two people, you know, having it, it's really the real battle is going on inside the head.
Right.
You know, in the mind. That's where that real war is going on. And once I understood that, it'd be like, I could get caught up for a second, but then I could bring myself back. Oh, you know what up? You know what? That ain't as big as it was, or I made it out to be. You know.
Right.
And once you understand that everything is always going to be all right, it's always, nothing ever stays bad or is bad. It's just how I look at it.
Right.
That makes it bad.
Right.
It's me. It's my decision. I control all that. But yeah, man, that's good. I'm glad it's working for you.
Well, you know, I look at it like, you know, you look at that story where the death angel went and the Passover, and you look at that one incident, and to one side, it was a blessing, but to another side, it was a curse. One incident, same incident, but two different results, you know. And I think a lot of time it's perspective. If you're looking at it, you know, from a position of weakness, from a position of all body, no spirit, no introspection, then you get what the Egyptians got. You know, if you look at it from, you know, as the book says, your steps are ordered by the Creator. It says that the battle is not yours, it's mine. That don't mean you can just give it to him and then walk away. It's like what you just said. You got to go into court. That's what the Daniel and all them was. That's who they was battling if you read the story, right? But it's just a matter of, like you said, don't do nothing. Y'all just stop. Don't do nothing today, you know. And that's when you kind of find out that you really not doing the fighting. You just going. You know what I mean?
Right. You just going through the formalities. That battle was won before you walked in there. You know, you're just doing the formal, you know, just showing up, you know.
Yeah, so that means that you invert that 90% number, that 99% number that you were just saying. Just because you change your way of thinking and seeing it and believing it, then that 90% number inverts in your favor, you know. At least that's how I see it, man.
They ain't got that type of percentage with me. They don't have that. They don't have that percentage. You know, but you know, You see, you got to make that percentage your personal experience. You know, hey, you're not going to get a 99% on me, bro. Oh, no.
Right.
You know, but once you see how to see their arrogance and the way they run in the courtrooms is your remedy.
Right.
It really is.
Right.
Once you know, they don't have the ability to drag in all of the parties necessary to come in and testify in any of these debt collection cases.
Right.
They don't have it. They don't have it. You understand? That's why they give them the shortcut.
Yeah.
And we kind of let them get the shortcut because we sitting up there following the process. Well, I discharged that debt. Well, if you discharge it, you're admitting the debt is valid. See?
That's right.
We know that they can never produce the real note and all of that, right? But if you just argue that point, you're saying that's a valid debt. We already know it's not a valid debt. None of these debts are valid. Right. They never lent you any money. They never said, gave you the money, the lawful money, to allow you to buy anything. They just gave up debt paper. You just signed debt paper and walked away. No money changed hand with you. So you lent? Did you borrow anything? No, you didn't. Realistically, in reality, you never borrowed a dime. You signed a piece of paper that purported to be of a loan, but you never saw where the money came from. It never went into your hand, and then you took and gave it to whoever to get that car. That didn't happen at all. Nothing. Right. So here's the facts. See, what the problem is, we've just been looking at this in such a bad way, and this is why we've been giving them these wins. So the only thing you got to do is come in and say, I deny that loan completely. Prove it. Now, they're going to try to scramble and get these paperwork and show this. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. Who's testifying and said that this is accurate and true and correct? Where's the parties, all the parties present? Okay, where's a person when I was, because you know, let's just say it's a car loan. You go to the car dealership, they do all the paper right there in the finance office for the most part, right? Or if you go to your bank and grab a check from them and then you give it to them, they got to get all them people to come to court. All them people. And because the Constitution protects your right not to incriminate yourself, all you got to do is sit back and say, prove it. Go get all these people, bring them in here. That witness me sign these pieces of paper. So and you know how dealerships, people go and come from dealerships all the time, you know? Right. What you was about to say?
Well, what I was going to ask is, so when you say prove it, isn't there a law that talks about it's their role to prove you're not who you say you are, instead of you proving who you are? They got the burden of proof. Isn't that correct?
They got the burden of proof that they loaned you money. But let's go back. Who's coming in here? An attorney saying some money was lent. He's never going to be able to bring people to testify with firsthand knowledge about that. And they full case closed.
Okay.
So I'm not going to bring up y'all securitize this and that. I don't have to. Because you're the one who's trying to say I owe this people some money. Okay, we need people with firsthand knowledge to witness all of this. That watch me do all of these things you say I did. Where they at? They ain't did, and there's no evidence in this courtroom. Case dismissed. That's the part y'all got to stay focused on. The problem is so many information out there. People, I want to throw this in there. I was helping somebody, and I gave them a simple answer. And they came and throw all kind of crap in that paperwork. Then they sent me the response from the judge. They lost. Actually, they lost. House up for sale, just like the other lady I was talking about. Next week, they lost. You know why they lost? Because they didn't follow my instructions. They didn't stick with that point. And guess what? The judge never even addressed the fact that those affidavits was unsworn.
Wow.
He gave a judgment order, but never in that paperwork did he say that she was wrong about the unsworn statements.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, and they were like, oh, freaking out. I said, listen, he helped you. You don't see it? He never addressed the fact that you talked about unsworn statements. So if he didn't say about it, he's doing what you should have done when it came to you admitting and trying to strike your signature off the note. But you shouldn't have done that because you admitted that note was good just by doing that. He didn't even say anything about the fact that you had challenged those exhibits and all of the evidence that they put in the record. He just said you didn't follow the rules and how you put forth this motion. Therefore, it's denied. See, all they got to do is find one little defect. Huh?
That's another form of, you was talking on that 22-minute video you got on YouTube, that subterfuge, right? Instead of just going ahead and being plain, I mean, it's amazing how, he helped her, but he could have told her. You know what I mean? I know they don't.
But it ain't his job.
Well, I know. I got you.
See, his job is to bring money into the court. And by them taking those houses, they get money. Them lawyers and them judges are the first one to get dibs on those foreclosed houses. I guarantee you. So really what's in reality going on with these courts is you think the bank is trying to get you for the court. They in cahoots with the lawyers in the area, and they got these investment clubs going on. And they say, oh, this has got good, I can make good money off this house. We're going to get this. It's all a network.
Mm-hmm.
It's a network. So it's in his best interest for you to lose the house.
Right.
That's why they won't ever say that or be fair in those lower courts. They're all part of the network. Them courts is their, what do you call, investment club.
Right, yeah.
That's all it is. One big investment club they're bringing you into, and they're not trying to give you a fair trial.
That's why you got first, second degree, A, B, felony. Those are commissions. Now he get, if he got 2 kids in college, he gonna throw the bookshelf at you and give you first degrees. I mean, these cats making commissions. It seems like to me, anyway. But
they're getting paid very well to do them jobs. Yes, because they all be living in nice houses.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, Ben.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Okay. One thing you were saying about that judge and taking exception, man. One thing that I know that's been working down this way is 28 U.S.C. 454. Any justice or judge that practices law from the bench is guilty of high misdemeanors. And so we've been using that, and it's been working. And it's been like what you said, though. They ain't telling you they helping you, but you get them unsigned summonses and all that stuff. If it's unsigned, that's your out, So that's what's been happening a lot of times. But that taking exception and hitting them with that, once you shut that persecutor down, that persecutor should be shut down if that judge keep forward. That's been working down this way. But, hey, look, I know I'm not the only one on tonight. Go ahead.
No, let me ask you a question. 22 U.S.C. what?
28 U.S.C. 454.
Okay.
That's a hard one there, bro. I mean, that one right there seems like it'll spank him in the head, man. And I'm not saying I know everything.
Just bring that,
You see?
Yep.
So that hopefully, huh?
It says what you say. It says it. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, brother.
Hey, I had a question for you, man, and that was on that SS 8 and 9. Okay, that I got it whenever I came to the seminar. Are we endorsing that?
You mean the W-9 or W-8?
I mean, I'm sorry, the W-8 and the W-9. I'm sorry.
You endorse? Yeah, you sign that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you sign that. If you're going to use it, mostly that's something, if you got a business, you use that.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, bro.
Hey,
all right,
man, it's been real. I appreciate your teaching, man. Happy New Year to you.
All right, same to you. All right, peace. All right, let's go to 267257. Turn that mic down. A little feedback. Hello? You there?
Hello?
267257. What's going on, bro?
What's happening? How you doing, Anki?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm hanging in there, bro. So,
I have a question. No, first you got to follow my rules first before you ask me a question. You got to tell me what's good happened with you. You got to start the year off talking positive. Yeah.
My bad. I'm having trouble hearing. My phone is trying to go out on me. What do I say?
Okay. Can you hear me now? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good. Sorry about that, bro. Yeah,
right,
I'm
no
great,
problem.
brother.
So what's...
I'm doing absolutely
good.
fabulous.
That's good, man. All right, what's your plans for the year? How are you going to increase this year?
I'm going to increase by handling these people out here that want to hold us down, brother.
Okay. All right.
Perfect some of these teachings you're doing, that you're putting out there.
All right. Yeah, that's good. All right. Now, what's your question?
Well, I got a situation with a traffic ticket. I shot you an email on it, and it's a citation.
How many emails I got about traffic tickets today alone?
I believe.
I don't know. Yeah. So, what's going on with the traffic ticket? What, did you get the ticket or somebody else got the ticket?
No, actually, it's my daughter that got it.
Okay, so now I remember that email. Okay. All right. So, what's your question about it? You want to know about the bundle that you bought, the traffic ticket bundle.
Right.
Okay.
What's
not in that package that you should do first is a motion to dismiss. When I created that package, I didn't have a motion to dismiss in there. But I would do a motion to dismiss on the grounds that they didn't have a warrant when we stopped it. They didn't follow the Constitution. You got some feedback, so you must have another mic on somewhere else.
I wasn't sure which. Can you hear me okay?
So a motion to dismiss, but right out the gate, you need to ask for a trial by jury. The reason why, because that's going to extend out the case. Now, you were concerned about the 3-day rule, the 72 hours. Yes, you can put no contract on it, send the tickets back, and make sure you keep a copy of the tickets when you send them back. Don't send the tickets back without keeping a copy. But that doesn't. You still have to follow procedure in answering those tickets and put up an affirmative defense. But usually how I do it now, when I did that package, I wasn't doing it this way. I had changed it, so I'm going to do another webinar on, actually court procedure talks about that. But anyway, do a motion to dismiss because they had lacked personal jurisdiction, lacked subject matter jurisdiction, all under the Rule 12. And look at the rules locally. What state you in? Philly?
Yeah, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania? Yeah, that's the state. I keep saying Philly. Pennsylvania. Look at the rules locally because look under their rules because the rules are usually the same as the federal rules under Rule 12. Lacking subject matter jurisdiction, personal jurisdiction, improper service because what? They served her without the signature of the court to come to court. You see what I'm saying? He's telling you to come to court, but the only person that can summons you to the court is the clerk of court. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So all of that's outside of the Constitution and your right to due process. So you can do that, and then you file, because once you file an answer to those traffic tickets, you're giving the court jurisdiction when you file the answer immediately to hear your side, and y'all go back and forth and argue. But also schedule a preliminary hearing. But if it's a traffic ticket, they may not even have a process for you to do a preliminary hearing. They do that preliminary. You always request a preliminary hearing. And what you do is you go in there and say, listen, this cop didn't have a warrant to even have pulled me over. Now, here's my question to you. How ordered is this on this information is your daughter? How cooperative do you think she's going to be?
With the information? Very.
Yeah, okay, so she's, because that's who's going to help win the case is her. She's got to do her studies, know what to say when you go in the courtroom, because you can do all the paperwork, but if you go in that courtroom and don't say the right thing, it's like you didn't even do the paperwork.
Right.
You see? And that's all,
a challenge of jurisdiction.
That's the main thing. They don't have jurisdiction. That's why I tell people, go in there and say, well, I don't understand. You guys don't have jurisdiction. And they say, what do you mean? How do we don't have jurisdiction? You got the ticket in. Well, he didn't have jurisdiction because he didn't follow his oath by way of the Constitution. And you point that out. Put your certified copies of the Constitution into the case. Only thing different about what you got as far as the package is that motion to dismiss that I would recommend you do right out the gate. Motion to dismiss those charges. Because they have to answer that, which most times they don't. And you can get them on a win just by default.
So usually when you send that motion to dismiss, they typically won't respond to it?
No. Typically they don't. When you do a motion to dismiss, make sure you look at the rules or motions to dismiss. And you're going to do them all according to what I just said. Lack of subject matter jurisdiction, lack of personal jurisdiction, lack of subject matter jurisdiction, improper service of process. It's 2 improper services there. You want to use all of those defenses.
Now with that said, is it important to respond within a 3-day time frame with this matter, or
it's important because I recommend you try to get something in there, but to draft a proper answer is going to take you more than 3 days. But if you could, what you could do is within 3 days put no contract on the tickets, file them into the case, no contract. And that just shows you put on the record that you're not contracting with them. Then put in a motion you want to demand a trial by jury.
Now with the no contract, with your packages, the trial by jury was within that. Would you send that in?
It should be in there. That should be in that package. That should be in there.
Yeah.
Trial by jury requested. You want to immediately ask for that because that's going to change the court date, and that gives you time to put your paperwork in. All right.
Sounds good.
All right, bro. All right. Let me keep it going. All right, peace. All right. Somebody said in the chat that they said their positive statement. I enjoyed the New Year ritual. That's the one we did the other day. It was positive. I've had more of a positive feeling the days prior to the ritual. I'm completely more focused this year. I'm focusing more on me and feel really great about this year. My question is, if we are paying for court fees, where on the instrument will we write redeeming lawful money? Anywhere, mostly in the memo section. But y'all know y'all can get around the court fees. Most constitutions, and I've helped a couple of people do it. I had one person just go and show the part in the Constitution where it says their right to due process is supposed to be without delay and without sale, and they was able to file their paperwork without paying the fees, just by saying it. But most constitutions, Pennsylvania's Constitution says that. Florida Constitution says that. Colorado's Constitution says that. There's a few more that I know of that I've read. It says specifically without sale. And then I think in Tennessee Constitution, it says they're not supposed to charge you nothing until the disposition of the case. So if you get it dismissed, no charge. If you get convicted or whatever, then there's a charge. You're not supposed to pay anything until the matter is concluded. And you've been found guilty. They're having you guys pay money before you. These are alleged facts, allegations. So you're paying to prove your innocence. Even with bail, when you got to pay bail, you're considered innocent until proven guilty. So why am I paying? Based on the level of what type of crime you said I committed, you making me pay a fee to get out of jail, and I'm supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. I haven't been proven guilty. You know? But let me keep it going. 516507.
Yo, peace to the God, Akeem. I just came in,
peace to God.
And I heard the guy talking about traffic tickets, man. That's right up my alley.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and I just got a letter from them today.
Okay.
I got pulled over.
First off, I don't want to start with your problems first. You already know. You listen to this show enough. Come on, brother.
No doubt.
Yeah.
But shit is fucked up right now, man. It's hard to find the light at the end of the tunnel right now.
You're right. I agree with you. Know why I agree with you? Because that statement is true because you just said it. That's true for you. So I'm saying that's right. Because I'm agreeing with you. Know why I'm agreeing with you? Because you just said it. You speaking that for yourself. If it's hard because you say it's hard. It's fucked up because you say it's fucked up. You making that true for you, brother. It ain't true for me. It ain't true for a lot of people listening to it.
Facts.
See, you are speaking all you, which I call a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you're going to speak it to your situation like that, that's all you're going to get from it.
I hear what you're saying. I'm trying to find the positive light. Things looking bleak right now, and I'm like, damn. I'm trying to find my way out.
You're looking at it. Because why are you looking at the bleach? You know, it's not everything. Go ahead, finish what you're about to say. Then I'll.
I don't see. I'm trying to find the positive. Like, I think, you know, the spirit moved me to listen to the show tonight. You know, I've been listening. Times when I tried tuning in, it wasn't on. So I don't know. I kind of like gave up a little bit, and I'm like, you know what? I need. I've been
on every day. I haven't missed the show. I'll play an old show maybe once or twice in this year. I actually didn't do a show. Yeah, last year.
Yeah, well, man. When I call it sometime, it's like Huh?
I don't know. I'm here quite regular. You know, lately in the holiday months, I've been, you know, gotten on, and it was a short show. You must have got on late.
Okay, yeah, really that's probably what it is. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
I got on and got off. You know.
All right.
Now, let's speak to what you're talking about. It's looking bleak. It's this and that.
Oh man, they took my whip. They took what happened is the DMV you know how they send the transmissions to the insurance company to see if the vehicle's insured. The insurance company didn't respond to them on 2 different occasions. So they just put it down as, yo, the car's not insured. So, of course, they canceled the registration. So I was driving down the street. They pulled me over. They jacked my car. They took my car. They hit me with a bunch of tickets, no registration, no insurance. And now I just received a letter today because it's been in the impound since 12/7. And I've been getting the runaround from the DMV and the insurance company. The DMV saying it's the insurance company fault. The insurance company saying it's DMV fault. So I was just trying to get all my paperwork together from each of them and try and find out, you know, who's at fault. But now they telling me I got a letter from the impound saying, yo, if I don't respond within 10 days, they're going to destroy my car. And I'm still responsible for all the impound fees and all of that. And I'm like, oh, shit.
Well, you're going to have to, you didn't give them permission to take your car. You got to ask them who gave them permission to see. In order to confiscate anything, they must get a judicial determination, meaning a court should have ordered them to take it. So that's where the Constitution is coming in. But let's rewind. Now, all of that stuff you got going on is a bad situation, period. I agree. That's, you know, you need your transportation. They took it, blah, blah, blah. Now, but if you continue to say that it's a messed up situation, it's going to continue that way.
So what should I say? Is a positive situation?
Yeah, you got to speak. What do you want? You want your car back, right? Then talk about that.
Oh, yeah. I want one of the two.
I'm going to get my car back. This matter is going to be settled in a positive way. You got to speak to the positive side of it. Although it looks screwed up, you can't talk about it being screwed up.
Right. I can't succumb to that. I can't.
Let me just use myself as an example.
All right.
I was with a teammate last year, and then that teammate was talking about me constantly, lying, making up all kind of stories. What did I do? Did I come on the show and talk about that? What he said, gave y'all particulars? Y'all still don't even know my side of the story, really.
Are you ever going to tell us that?
Talk about it. What for? I could tell y'all the truth, and guess what? Y'all still go over there and listen. They ain't going to do that. They ain't going to settle nothing. They ain't going to settle nothing. All it's going to do is keep perpetuating the problem.
Right. You're absolutely right, man.
I know what the truth is, and that's all I need to know is you, and let it play itself out. Guess what? That negative, by me letting that person do all the talking, has increased my YouTube following. I got more people listening on YouTube than they do on the show. I got like 7,300, 7,500 followers on YouTube. When I started out the year, last year, I only had like 5,000.
Oh, shit.
Do you see? You understand what I'm saying? See the increase I got from that by keeping my mouth. Now, if I came on YouTube and just was sounding negative and trying to throw mud back, then I'm gonna look negative, and then guess what?
But you know niggas like that battle shit, like from rapping and shit. Niggas like when niggas go back and forth like Cannabis and LL. Okay. That shit is back shit too now.
Yeah, okay.
Don't sleep on that kind of
you said it perfectly. Niggas like that. I ain't trying to cater to niggas. I'm trying to cater to God.
Okay.
I'm trying to cater to people that want to do something with themselves.
I didn't mean that literally. I didn't mean literally.
I know you didn't. I know you didn't mean that literally, but I meant it literally. There's people who like drama.
You know what I'm saying? Just like even just bad press brings attraction to people. Like if a dude about to drop an album, then you know he got a gun charge and he got found with 10 pounds of weed.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question, though. Hold on. Let me ask you a question. People that are attracted to that type of drama is not the type of audience I care about or want to cater to.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Niggas want to see a fight.
That's it. But think about it. Because those people are watching Maury Povich, Jerry Springer.
Right.
They're not doing nothing. They're not making changes. They're not ready to go to the next level. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for people who want to do something, who want to. And what I mean by do something, they want to first do something with themselves. And after they do something with themselves, then they're going to leave something for their family to do. Something positive. So let's focus on you.
Actioneers, people that put stuff into action and actually do things.
Right. And you notice, think about it. Most of the people that's up on that higher level of income, they get drama coming back at them all the time. Do you see them ever do a news conference about it?
Right, I see what you're saying.
They don't care about these poor folks and what they're thinking. These broke people, they don't care. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm wealthy. I don't care what people thinking about me because ain't nobody going to come here. I just had to pay my bills this month. You got that bread. Right? Ain't nobody on this radio station or on YouTube going to come and pay it. Y'all are paying it by, y'all do pay for it by buying products in exchange. You know, we got an exchange agreement when you buy products and get consultation. So, in a way, y'all do pay for it. But what I'm saying is, nobody is just going to say, I can't go here. Go pay that there. Boom, hear that.
Hold that.
Going to just give me money just like that. But what I'm saying, let's focus on what you dealing with. Yes, all of that stuff is not good. Not having your card, now they want to charge you extra fees. All of that. All of that. You got a lawsuit, my brother. So
that's what it sounds like.
Right. But what I'm saying is, you got to think positive so that you can see the solution.
I'm with you now. I'm with you.
You will never see the solution in pain. You never will see a solution while you're in pain and complaining about it. You're not going to see it.
Right.
So what you're going to have to do is lay down, clear your mind that it's a problem, and just say everything is all right. Everything's going to be all right. Then you're going to start getting answers on how to fix this situation. What you need to do, you're going to start flowing into the resolution. But as long as you are resisting and saying, man, this is bad, because that's a form of resistance. But you got to say, well, this is teaching me something. This is something I need to learn so this doesn't happen to me again. It's something I need to do. You understand? And this is the pill that's hard to swallow for most folks. You got to accept responsibility for what happening to you, why you're in this position. Not 99%, not 98%. It's got to be a 100% acceptance. Acceptance is repentance, meaning, you know what? Somehow I put myself in this position, and I must forgive myself. You don't forgive nobody. Forgive myself for even allowing myself to get to this point. And right there, once you take that ownership, the answer comes.
Oh, shit.
And it won't come before that. It ain't going to come until you accept. Like I was telling you wasn't on the show earlier talking about a person I've been helping and talking to for over a year about their house and all of this stuff. And for a year I've been saying, hey, you're going to have to believe in yourself, your information, do it yourself. Stop getting other people to do your stuff. You do it for yourself. And this is the first time that I know personally that you did something for herself, put together the paperwork and everything, and guess what? You didn't even have to go and argue in the courtroom. The lawyer just backed off on his own.
Oh, shit.
But even in that, she don't even see it yet. But she'll see it. She'll get the epiphany. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Even in that. Because that's what I'm saying. Stop listening to all of these people telling you how to do your stuff. Yeah, I give you advice, but you need to go read this stuff, study this, get in there. I was a hard teacher. She said I was abusive sometimes. I probably was.
You got to be that way.
Get up under me, B. You're going to have to take some of that. Yo, why are you asking me that question? Here it is. Go read that. Read it, and read it 10, 20 times until you get it. And the reason why I'm that way, because I know once you get it, you be like, oh, wow, I got it now. This is it. And no one can take that away from you with that experience. So right now what you're going through is a process. not a problem. It's a process. Because you're going to have to figure your way out there, beat these guys, sue them, get your money back, and get your car
talking
back.
About?
He
was saying something that you have online or something like that. I think I'm going to have to go back and listen to it. I didn't catch it.
I have traffic ticket templates on there. Yeah, I got traffic ticket templates on there, but you got to go and file a motion to sue them to get your car back because they took that car without a judicial or without a court order. They got cops making judicial determinations on the side of the road, taking your property.
So what do you have for that? Where I can get that from? Like that judicial?
I don't have
order?
Nothing. I'm just telling you. You know, you're gonna have to do it. I don't have nothing for that. I'm just telling you based off my knowledge of the law that they just taking your stuff without a court order. Come on.
I'm gonna look that up.
Even when they try to repo cars for not making payments, that's illegal. The traffic ticket templates will show you how to fight the tickets, but you're in a little serious situation.
No, the judicial order you just said.
No, they got to get a court order. They got to go to the judge, say you violated something, and we need to retake their car. They know they'll never be able to get the car that way, so they take shortcuts and let the officer to be the judge and jury of the right there on the street.
Oh shit!
You know, what you're gonna have to do is call them up and say they violating their oath of office. They didn't give you due process by taking your property. And you need to tell them that. Put that in writing and verbalize that.
But the impound took the call.
Yeah, well, the cops called them to take it. Didn't they?
Okay. Yeah.
They're the ones who gave them the authority to come get it.
Okay,
they wouldn't have came and got it if the cops didn't say, so where was the court order for that? So you got to say that. Say, y'all didn't have a court order to take my car. You didn't have permission to take my car. Oh, well, you didn't have a proper insurance. You didn't have it. No, but still, I'm innocent until proven guilty.
See, that's what I'm saying. Where can I get that from? Where can I can stand on that. Where can I get that information that they can't do that? You see what I'm saying? Like you said, you acquired that.
The Constitution says that.
What's that, the Fourth Amendment?
The right of due process. They got to take you to court and prove that you're guilty.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
They didn't have a warrant to take your car or take you. Anytime they confiscate anything, they got to get an order, and then a warrant is issued to confiscate it.
I see.
Which is an order. They don't have that. The Constitution says that. So you got to start reading your Constitution. That's all due process, but the Constitution specifically tells them how they got to deal with you. They must have a warrant to even have a conversation with you.
Speaking of that, I went down to the small claims court to sue one of the officers for violating my right to travel. And they was like, I think one of y'all shows taught that you can take an officer to small claims court and sue him. And you can. I tried that, but when I went to this small claims court today, they said the guy at the counter was like, yo, the judge 90% is going to dismiss this. I'm not telling you what to do, but you got to show that there's an out-of-pocket.
Did you try it? Okay.
Huh?
Did you try it?
What I'm saying is I stopped at the counter. Huh? Because he said you got to show
that guy tell you.
Huh?
No, you don't. Your out-of-pocket expenses is your time. See, you go in there with the Constitution. See, he's telling you the way he think you would win. So why would you listen to him?
Oh, all right, because he threw me with that. He caught me with that shit. He was like, "Yo, you got to show that you out of loss." I was doing it for the whole 5,000.
Hold on. See, yeah. You see, your issue is one thing: you don't study. You don't read that Constitution. You don't understand it or overstand.
Not really.
That's the problem right there. Till you understand that, then you're not going to get any remedy. Nothing you do is going to work until you understand your rights according to that Constitution.
I know my rights a little.
Number one, you know a little, but not enough. You don't know how to put that on paper. See, you out here fighting battles with a water gun. You know what I'm saying? These guys are playing for keeps. They trying to take your money, lock you up, this and that. And you go in there, you're not even cocked. You ain't even got bullets in your gun.
Oh, shit. So you're saying I don't have to show out of pocket? You saying my time? Okay.
A damage is just the aggravation. They took something without permission. They detained you, violated your right to travel. There's money damage on that. Okay? So you want to listen to a clerk who works for them? All right, brother. I got to keep moving, brother.
He said you can go and file it. All right. I appreciate that.
Yeah, he would have let you file it, yeah, but he was trying. His job was to discourage you, and you got discouraged. And that's because
you know what I said? You know what I said to myself at the counter? I said, I'm going to call on the show. I'm going to get some guidance. And if, I get the proper guidance, I'm going to come back down and file it and put it in. It's only $20.
Right, but before you file it, then you'll waste $20. Before you file it, have all your ducks in a row. You got time to sue them. Just make sure you do it right.
No doubt.
All right. You might want to start scheduling some consultations.
I was just getting ready to say that. I was just getting ready to say that. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a little studying, and then I hit you in the head.
All right. Okay. Peace.
All right. Peace.
All right, y'all. That's it for me tonight. That's the first show of the year. I think I shed some light on some things. Most important thing, man, we have to work on our thoughts, man. How we look at ourselves, how we look at our situation. Got to stop this speaking death on our situation. You know what I'm saying? It's a very simple concept, but very, very complicated to move in that direction. Why? Because we are programmed to talk negative about ourselves. And we got to change our language. This is 2020. All right, y'all. Peace. I'll see y'all on Tuesday. Got some good information coming up on Tuesday, and we'll discuss it then. Thanks for tuning in for this first show of the new 2020 fiscal year. Look forward to, I got a lot of information I'm sharing that I'm going to share with you guys. Non-UCC, IRS suits, just a lot. Trust, more information on the trust. All right, y'all have a good night, good weekend. Peace.